Oops. You should reblog the post with one of your famous gifts, sir. We need that.
Yes. Sorry, I was listening to first uh percussion ensemble cover of Meshuggah, and then I was
Ooh.
like, I should just listen to Meshuggah.
Yeah. Wow, this cover of the song I really like is. I should just listen to that song I really like.
Okay, let me think of a alleged. Oh yeah, the
Oh yeah,
cats meme has been
it's been hot. It's so hot right now. Cat
so
memes.
hot right now. Oh, I see a couple good ones.
Mm.
Are we in post pre-show right now?
We are in pre-show.
Okay, so I will post that we are live.
Yeah. Oh come on, Tumblr actually loaded. Yes, website there.
Shit, where's my cat?
Yeah.
Oh, I see him.
It's 7 p.m. Do you know where your cat is? So did you watch any of the debate at all?
I tuned in like maybe 8 minutes late.
Okay.
So I probably missed like the opening statements, and that was maybe a factor in how people perceived it,
Maybe.
because I feel like I perceived the debate a lot differently than a lot of people.
Well, we'll save, I guess, our opinions and perceptions for what we thought about the debate for actually when we're actually going. But one thing I
No,
will say,
I'm just alluding right now.
no, I got you. I will say it was not as good as the Trump Biden debate. It's not as entertaining.
Oh, on an entertainment level, it was very low
It was very low.
for sure. Until they got to the cats and dogs
Then
part.
it was fantastic. It was classic Trump.
It was I mean, maybe one of the best moments that you could ever imagine in
Yeah.
a presidential debate at that moment. But that's like the only redeeming part of it.
If you like went back in time to the 50s and you showed Eisenhower that video of like Trump yelling that it's a debate, he'd probably be like, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna launch the nukes now. We don't really even have that many yet. I'm just gonna do it now. Save us all the trouble.
No, what it would be is he'd just be like, he'd call up the Soviets and be like, you know what, I'm sorry guys, I was on the wrong side.
I was
Just,
on the wrong side.
just come on over.
Come on
Come on
over,
over.
please. Do with all the gays what you did, please. Oh God! All right, I'm gonna.
JC's in the chat.
Oh shit!
Death Chilada's in the chat. Missile Launch is in the chat.
Hell yeah! What up, Antard?
JC says OMG hi Matt, as though I'm Matt.
I guess he thinks Matt's here. Maybe the ghost of Matt's with us. Who knows? I'm gonna play the
He's
intro.
always with us
He always
spiritually.
is. We'll discuss
Death
Matt's
Chilada says on time for a change.
on time for a change. Yeah, we were a couple minutes early. That's right. That's right. We do this for you.
Did y'all hear the story about those Haitians that went to Ohio for jobs and were unlisted to the public? The second part of that story is news to me.
Yeah.
And then Miss Lodge says, "What up, antards?"
Antards. What is an
I
antard?
think it means antrads because we're
Antrads. Ah,
anarcho-traditionalists.
yes, of course, yes. Both of us are hardcore traditionalists. Yes. Let me just let me get my hardcore neo traditionalist bong here, and I'll play the intro, and we'll get started. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 152 of The Altar. Tonight, they're eating the cats and they're turning the frogs gay. Well, we heard part of that the other night during the debate, which Matt and I will get into. Matt and Max, hopefully.
I hope Matt makes it, but like, did he have what was his excuse today?
His
I won't read it
excuse
out loud. I'm just gonna
is
read it.
he's too busy just getting his wife pregnant over and over again. He's just going until it stops, I guess. He's going for
I mean,
number
he's
5.
being based and Chad Pilled.
For sure.
I don't know how to describe exactly what he was saying in
About work.
the boys chat, but like, you know what? I totally am on board with it.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
I will show up to things for work that are outside of work if they feed me
Exactly.
or if they
Like,
or if there's booze. I like there's no other way that like I'm like you guys already don't like pay me consummate with what inflation's been in the last 3 years. So
yeah, our boss
um
is because we made sales goal in August. We are all going to the Cheesecake Factory Saturday night, so that's going to be pretty cool. That's what I get. On top of my bonus is free Cheesecake Factory. Which, you know what? I'm gonna go get fucking Cheesecake Factory. I'm gonna order the most expensive shit I can. Can I get the filet mignon cheesecake, please?
I it's not like Cheesecake Factory is the worst
Probably
in the
not.
world,
It's not great,
but
I would imagine.
it's yeah, I mean I think the thing is that it's like a fancy version of like the frozen meals you get
Oh hell
at
yeah,
the grocery store.
absolutely yes. Give me
But
that
like not
slop.
that much fancier.
Mm.
It's like the I think it's still frozen, you know what I mean?
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
But
it's
that
just
said, like the cheesecake, I mean you can't fuck that up too
right,
much.
exactly. I mean, you can, but I guess they do it pretty good. I've had some bad cheesecake. Living out here in the West, some of the things people excuse as
That's
cheesecake is
Chilada says, "Oh my god, one of the best factories, I'm told."
one of the best factories. I'm told the best, simply the best. There are no other factories like this. No other factory even comes close. This is the biggest, best factory
Well,
ever. It's gonna be
no,
huge.
he's quoting that Trump talking about inflation and being looking at Cheesecake Factory prices.
Oh yeah, ice cold crab dip, $47. We love the crab dip. The lemonade, it was safe under Trump. Remember, everyone? The lemonade was tasty and we love to drink it. And now it kills you. The lemonade kills you. You give Joe Biden's lemons, he kills you with the lemons.
It was the best thing ever. I don't
Oh,
I like if you had turned that on for the debate, like
that
it
would have
would have
been
been
it.
a great
Yeah.
debate. It would
Which,
have been a great debate,
but
but
I guess we're going to move on to that
he
topic
was
now.
I think he's a little shook, he's a little nervous
A little
or
bit.
whatever.
A little bit.
And like he didn't know what to go in. The thing is like how many televised debates has Kamala been in?
This is the second
Um
one, I believe. The first one was like Tulsi Gabbard, and Tulsi Gabbard
right, and she got
bodied her.
wrecked.
Yeah.
It was it was over
It
in
was
like
like, yeah, the refs
5
had to
minutes.
tap her out for her. It was like, you're done.
Um and so like he didn't have like tape to watch or
No,
anything
he
like
should
that.
have,
Like
but
it'd be
like,
hard to deploy for that. But like isn't Tulsi on board with Trump right now?
she
Like I
is.
think
She is. So I
he should
honestly,
have been talking to her.
my opinion on the
So
debate is that like neither side really did well.
no,
Like the
yeah.
moderation was absolutely terrible. Like that is one side. Like both sides were like, all right, ABC moderators, you should be ashamed. I don't even know for what, but everybody was pissed. And like, yeah, like it just didn't. It was just not as entertaining. Like Kamala kind of held her ground a bit, but like she also just sounded like she was gonna cry the entire time. And like Trump was
What is with your
just
voice, Troy?
swinging. Trump was just like wild swinging at shit, and a lot of the time it was just like, bro, you gotta actually talk policy, man,
Got
just a little policy.
so fucking baited on like
Ah,
the rallies thing.
yeah, you did.
Like I'm watching with my girlfriend, and my girlfriend's like not political, but like as
Mm,
soon as she said that, like she's like, "Oh, Trump can't focus on immigration. He's gonna
yeah,
immediately address the rallies thing." Like,
yeah.
and he lost like half a minute of his 2 minutes
Mm-hmm.
just talking about like, "Oh, my rallies are the best
My
rallies."
rallies are the best rallies ever. You should go to one. It's perfectly safe.
and like it, but I was legitimately surprised that she didn't make like a people are dragged away and like, or I shouldn't say I was legitimately surprised. I would have thought that she might have had that in her back pocket that like, oh yeah, people are dragged away in body bags from your rallies or something like that. It, when if she had gotten sufficiently ticked off, she might have said something like that. That's the thing. She is a little bit of a wild card. I don't know how many like cases she's ever taken to trial or anything like
I
that as a
have no
DA.
idea, honestly, but like, yeah, it was. It got a little better towards the end, I want to say, but I actually kind of struggle to
I,
remember. Like, it was just very
well,
low
okay.
energy.
I mean, as far as like performance goes, like
Yeah,
maybe Trump pulled together a little bit in like the third segment. Um,
a little bit,
but
but like,
like personally, like I was listening to him talk about Israel
mm,
and
yeah,
Palestine, and I was like obviously like very not upset, but
mm,
very just turned off by it. I'm like, yeah, this is like the one thing I don't want Trump to talk about at all.
exactly. And of course, we have an
Um,
entire section of our debate dedicated just to Israel by itself. Like, for fuck's sake.
and so like, but on a performance scale, like he's doing modestly better. Um, I think he got flustered in that middle section. He was doing
He did.
strong in the first one,
Hmm.
and yeah, there were two like commercial breaks, right? If I'm
Yeah,
remembering
two or
correctly.
three.
Yeah, so like the first one he was mostly fine. I think he got flustered towards the end of it, and
Mm,
then somewhere in the second one he was like really struggling to have his composure
hmm.
and not be
Rattled a little bit.
um yeah, well just like it's catty
Yeah,
in a
like
sad way.
he was swinging wildly like at that point, and it was just like
Yeah,
he was
and I
very
think
unfocused.
he definitely like it got a little bit more on message, but at the end like he didn't deliver like a coup de grace, which is the thing like with like the Biden debate. Like
Mm.
he coup de grace Biden. Biden wasn't helping himself, right?
No, he was
But like
not.
the little snarks that he had, where he was like, "I don't know that. I don't think Biden knows what he said,"
Yeah.
or
Well,
something
I
like
don't know
that.
what he said, and I don't think he does either.
Yeah,
That was good.
that
Yeah,
was just obliteration for Biden. Like that is why he's not the candidate
yeah.
right now.
He
Like
did try. Like he was like, "I'm speaking. I'm speak." Does that sound familiar? Like that was. It was a little. It was just too catty, though. It was just like, it's like.
I just wish he was less stupid, you know?
But that's yeah.
Like I wish he'd like know things about stuff
I wish he
and
wasn't just fucking retarded. Like, just can we just not have a retarded presidential candidate for once? That would be nice. Both Kamala
'cause
and Trump are retarded in slightly different
yeah,
ways.
yes, slightly different ways, but like equally on specific issues. And
Yeah.
the entire time I was watching, I was like, "Damn, I really don't like Trump and he's fucking like sucking right now."
Yeah.
And then Kamala would start saying stuff and I'd be like, "Shit,
Ah.
like she's the worst though. Like she needs to lose more."
Yeah, exactly. And like I also
And
hated
that's all this is coming down to is like who do you want to lose more?
it's so
And
high school. It's so fucking high school. It's so bad. And I'll admit too, like it was so annoying. Somebody I guess she was told to just like have this smug, incredulous look on your face just the whole time. And like
the
sometimes it was appropriate, other times it was just like, all right, you can like react
the
normally.
her like face reacts like it's not like the Trump like Waluigi like emoji react from the Republican primaries.
Yeah.
Um which was like a beautiful thing of just like genuine like just human character coming out. Like it's just bizarre another level.
Hmm.
Kamala's like face the entire debate. They had to start cutting from her face.
Yeah, they
I don't know if
did.
you noticed this, but
Hmm.
the producer probably back there was like, "Oh yeah, we have coverage on both candidates continuously and the debaters and we're just switching the feeds ABC, right? And and we can keep a side by side and everything like that. And they deliberately, like, maybe a like 40% through the debate, stopped doing side by sides because they were like, I think the producer watching was just like, Kamala's like office tier react faces are just not working.
Yeah,
For
like stop looking into the camera. You're not fucking Jim, okay? Like,
yeah, no, she doesn't have, politicians are just failed actors, right? So
yeah.
yeah, you're not, well, what's Jim's, like, actor's name, whatever,
John
whatever.
Krasinski.
It's John Krasinski, yeah. You're not that guy. Like,
No,
you can't do that. Like, or I mean, you don't even have to be that guy to do it. You just actually have to have some sort of
some acting ability, which she has none, like zero.
control over your face that doesn't seem like you're being prodded by a fucking electrical device. that, that is the thing that I took up from her, was just like, she looks like somebody, like, there's a fucking
There's a
dwarf behind her
there's a
tickling
car
her with a
battery like
taser.
strapped to her ankles, and behind the scenes, there's just a dude with a plunger, like. Eh, eh, eh.
No, it was decidedly it was decidedly rough on both sides. She
Yeah,
didn't deliver the killing blow. She, I think, feels like she won because she survived. You
both
know?
sides walked away from it feeling like it was shitty, but like their character just kind of eked it out. Character, their
Right.
person just eked it out, which is funny. That's like if you look at the polls right now, they're all pretty much within the margin of error. One's like, oh, this one's +1 Trump, or this one's like +2 Kamala, and it's all very close enough where it's honestly like no one is actually aware or knows for sure.
So the stupid thing about the presidential election in the United States is it
Mm,
it doesn't actually matter what the majority of people think,
mm.
because what who determines the president of the United States is like
Israel.
10, well, sorta, 10 counties in, like, Pennsylvania and Michigan and
Georgia,
fucking Nevada or
Nevada,
whatever.
Arizona.
Um, and it's like, you just have these fucking, like, fence sitters who are out there, like, who have no fucking opinion, apparently,
I'm gonna vote for
until,
Trump
like,
because he got shot in the head. I'm gonna vote for Kamala because she looks pretty. Like these people are out there, man. They're in traffic with you every day.
oh, and I believe it. I
Oh,
100%
oh
believe it.
man.
Like, you can't look at the quality of a fucking Subway footlong and not know that these people exist, okay?
Yeah. Like, what did you say? Their personal Apollo mission is just making sure your subway footlong isn't a piece of shit.
Making change from a 20 is their
Yeah,
personal
exactly.
Apollo
Yeah, just oh
program.
fuck, man. There's 3 quarters and what? Hold on, 5 pennies? Oh shit. Okay, I see how this change thing works now. That's cool. Whoever
Well,
invented change was smart.
there's a reason why they went to, like, card transactions for everything, and it's not because they hate cash necessarily.
It's
It's
just
just
'cause
because,
doing
like, the
basic
average
math, you just can't do it.
the achievement level of these retail employees is
Your
not
average
at the
CVS
top.
employee is like, it's just basic math. I can't do it. I just can't do it. It's just no, sorry, I can't. I can tell you about colonialism and white privilege, but I can't do it. It's
No,
just too.
that's the thing. They can't even tell you about that. Like, there's
They,
just nothing going on.
they can tell you it's bad.
It's like talking to the armorer in fucking Skyrim.
Oh God,
Okay,
yeah.
that's what's happening. But unlike the armorer in, like, a given village town
Hmm.
in Elder Scrolls game, they don't even do the change right or whatever.
Got some
They're
good
just
pieces if you're looking to buy. Looking to
um
protect yourself or deal some damage.
So, Death Chilada said that the breakfast chilaquiles are pretty good.
Ooh,
Have you had the breakfast chilaquiles
I
at
have not.
Cheesecake Factory? I personally got turned on to chilaquiles like 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago.
Hmm,
Um, and it changed my life. It's great,
really?
and you should try it.
Okay, I will do
Get
that. It
get
changed
some
your life.
high quality like salsa,
Ooh, oh, okay.
verde or
Mm,
roja, whatever you
mm,
want
mm,
from like a real like taco joint or whatever,
mm,
and you use some oil. They would say to use vegetable oil, but I would use
mm,
like bacon fat
yeah,
or tallow or something like that.
yeah.
You get some bacon fat, tallow in a pan. You throw some chips in. It's like you're double frying them. Then you
Mm,
throw the salsa in. Okay.
mm,
And then it just kind of double fries in that salsa and it absorbs into the chip.
ooh, okay.
You get that out onto a plate, little cojita cheese, and you fry up a couple eggs on the side.
Ooh,
Personally, I'm an over easy egg man. I want those yolks running. I want it warm and just oozing
ooh,
over everything. Okay.
yes.
Eh, Yeah. You know what I'm talking about
Oh, I
then.
know
So
exactly
you
what you're.
just lay it on, you lay
Oh
it down
man,
on top. You got your starches, you got your acid,
don't stop.
like and your protein and your fattiness.
Oh,
It's all there.
yeah. Mm,
Chilaquiles is top tier. I love it. So thank you, Death Chilada,
oh.
for reminding us of Chile. I say it's a meme within my household because
Chilaquiles.
we there's like a Mexican food truck that has like I don't want to I don't want to say it's like some it's not Dragon Ball Z, but it's like some other anime killer character that says like that has like a little speech bubble going up that says chilaquiles.
Excellent.
Oh, it's the dog. It's the Doge dog.
Oh,
Say
okay.
and for some reason, like between me and my girlfriend, we say that little dog is saying chilaquiles.
That makes sense.
Instead of like a normal voice. Okay. Um Missile launch cheesecake had a cheeseburger that was mind-stoppingly good. But they got rid of it years ago. Frowny face.
What a
I
bunch
have
of
never had a
faggots.
cheeseburger at Cheesecake Factory. I think I always had like pasta or something like that.
Death Chiladas also says, I thought Matt was the cream pie guy. I guess he is.
Yeah, it's just the rest of us aren't are trad cath.
Yeah, I guess. We don't have Polish wives, so.
I'll tell you, I back into everywhere place I park because I can't pull out otherwise.
Exactly. Yeah, man, you can't. If you're going in that way, like head first, it's not coming out.
Um,
All right.
Israel got their participation attention cake.
Yes, they did. She's got a lot of face to serve and not much else.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. How do people find her remotely just human?
I
Is the
liked the
question.
comparison to Jar Jar Binks that I posted like a couple of weeks ago. It's decently close.
Okay.
Misa have planned to fix economy, but Misa cannot tell you now.
Well, no, that was the thing. Like, and I was posting about this because I had noticed this.
Mm,
I just for giggles, I like to go on the presidential policy websites and see like what kind of shit they're saying, you know?
yeah.
And up until 24 hours before the debate, she had not posted anything. There was no policy section to her campaign website. There was a
Mm-hmm.
donation section, there was an
Course.
event section,
Of course, there's a donation section.
but you could not find out this bitch's platform until literally like less than 24 hours before the debate. And then it just dumped,
Well, you
you
need
know, and it's
to.
like,
You got to.
how does Trump run against? How do you prepare for a debate when like your candidate, your opposition like won't have written fucking policies where like you can criticize it or anything like that? Um, not saying like I'm trying to cope for like the unfairness of stuff. I'm just like how fucking is it cucked, or is it how fucking like absolutely cased, like destroyed is the brain of the average Democrat voter that up until 24 hours before the debate, they were like apparently donating millions of dollars to Kamala's campaign. That's the thing. Every time you try to say her name, it like inadvertently ends up into an alliteration that doesn't work. But her what, like, how do you donate to her campaign when she doesn't even have written policies?
Well,
Right?
she's not Trump, so what more do you need, man? Like
What more do you need?
if Hitler came back and was like, "Who the fuck is this orange bastard?" I'd be like, "Thank you, Mr. Hitler," which is an interesting post going around Tumblr right now. I don't know if you've seen that.
No.
I'm
What?
horribly paraphrasing it, but somebody wrote this long-winded thing how if like Hitler came back, he'd be pissed at Trump and he'd be like, "Yeah, I'd walk up and shake Hitler's hand and go, 'Thank you, Mr. Hitler, for getting rid of Trump,' and then I'd work on getting rid of Hitler." And everyone was just like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Okay.
Let me
On the
find this
first
post. Let me
premise,
find this.
on the first premise, Hitler would be upset with Trump.
He would.
He would. And it's not for the reasons that this person is thinking.
Okay, so this is it. I found it. So this is by Tumblr user Morialis, who looks like a fucking furry. So proceed.
Here, as you start this, I ran out of cerveza. So
Okay, por favor. Griff, I'm gonna be real with you. If you know, I could screen share this shit. We're in the future. We can do this. Griff, I'm gonna be real with you. If Adolf fucking Hitler warped in right now, from right before he domed himself and said, "What is this orange fuck? I'm telling all my Nazis to vote for anyone but him," I'd politely swallow my fucking desire to finish doming him, shake his hand, and say, "Thank you, Mr. Hitler." And then after Trump lost, I'd see to helping Hitler finish ending himself. This is some severe retardation, folks. This is advanced retardation. I don't understand how you can be like this. So, Max, I'll send you the link for it so you can see.
thank you.
You're
I'm reading
welcome.
it now.
Okay.
Leave it up for 5 seconds. Leave it up for 5 seconds.
Oh, just pause the feed.
I was like 2 seconds done from reading it. Okay. You'd see to Hitler finish ending himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought I was on drugs. Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people, man? Who the hell comes up with this? Also, I guess the question would also be, who decides to want to draw themselves as whatever fucking furry art? Like, what the fuck is wrong with this shit?
There's a lot of mental illness.
There's a lot. Many such cases. Sad.
Many such cases. The idea that Hitler, gosh, I don't even know.
What is this orange fuck? This is like those posts you see, like, they were popping up when Kamala was first announced as candidate, like these weirdos pop up. "I've got ears to the ground in the South. Kamala's got a good receiving in Georgia." Like, what are you fucking talking about, man? Like, you've got ears to the ground? What the fuck does that even mean? You're not Native American. You're not a tracker. You can't put your ear to the fucking earth and tell me where the fucking deer are. You don't even fucking know where the trees are, man. You live in the fucking city. Like, trees are a concept to you. They're not real. Theoretically, you know what a tree is. You've never seen one. The little fucking shrub you have in your apartment you try to keep alive is not a fucking tree, okay? You don't know.
I'm just like, I think Hitler's primary. What do you think Hitler's primary criticism of Trump would be?
Clearly, his lack of support for transgender surgery for illegal immigrants in prison. That would be it.
Something like that.
Something like that.
I would say, this just made me think of it though. Was like even if you were to compare like Churchill and FDR and Eisenhower and Nixon and JFK to modern politicians, um, they were playing for keeps.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't realize how dirty politics was back then, like 60, 70 years ago, whatever it was,
Wake up.
80 years ago, you are very naive.
Hmm.
But like the debates being like polished and like you were talking about Eisenhower and who was he debating? Not Truman, right?
I don't think so.
Was it?
Maybe it was.
I think it was Truman
Hmm.
because Truman's was like a one term.
That would make sense.
So, but like the amount of like for keeps that like these people were playing for relative to today. Like Trump got shook because he got shot through the ear, right? Like
Yeah.
I guess it's part of his head. But
I like
did you
how he
know?
brought that up during the debate. I took a bullet to the head because of these people.
Yeah, and he needs to be
A little more on
he
that.
needs to like say that out loud to himself in the mirror.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you're you were going to die for this shit,
Yeah.
right?
Like it's literally like alive, dead, alive, dead, alive, dead, alive, dead, 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 alive, alive, dead. Like that's how close you can, brother.
And like him moderating. Well, I guess he still thinks he like needs to win the election at a
Mm.
certain level, which I get,
Mm.
but the idea that he can't like go for the jugular on this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like he's got RFK on his team now. Like he can't talk about the stuff that he's seen in the documents about what the CIA and JFK and RFK and all that stuff.
Well, of course,
Um,
QAnon says that if Trump gets elected, he's going to make RFK Jr. the head of the CIA, and then we'll really find out the truth.
I mean, at best, he'll be like some CDC liaison,
At
but
best, he'll be the FDA guy, like going after seed oils. That's what he'll do. That's it. Going after just
honestly, that'll
repurposing
be
them.
more progress than we've had in 100 years.
Yeah,
But
but yeah.
the fact that like they don't realize that like they should have internalized, and this is also on the left side. Like they don't internalize this lesson that politics is war by another means. General Clausewitz, Prussian general,
Mm.
and politics is a war by another means. And so it's like, oh, you can. Like they've all watched House of Cards, right?
Yeah, yeah,
They've all watched it, and they didn't internalize it. It's like
have you learned
if you
nothing?
have
Like,
power, you can get away with
you
it,
can do anything you want. It's possible. You can push
and
ginger women in front of subway trains. It's very possible. You can do it. You can get
you
away
can
with it.
do whatever you need to do so long as you maintain that power. And like Republicans don't like take that to heart because they're like, oh, they're gonna cry baby because like the election
So
was
much for the tolerant
stolen.
left as they're being led to the fucking gallows. Like,
Yeah, yeah. But like the left at the same time is like playing with this fire of like, oh, everybody who's on the right wing is a nationalist socialist German Workers' Party member.
mm,
And it's like, okay, if you like tolerate this through society long enough, like you realize there's like this very narrow window. This is one of the things I was thinking about today was like there's this very narrow window, I think, in adolescence
mm.
where you have to basically like religiously indoctrinate young white men into not being Nazis. Okay. And like have them be like, oh, okay, so like if you like dig into the World War II and like the stats on like kill to death ratios and everything like that. Um, don't think of these guys as heroes. They were doing bad stuff and stuff like that. And I like, but the thing is if you just say like, oh, these modern people are those same Nazis who are like those old guys, um, was like, oh, so you never defeated them, did you?
What happened to them?
Oh,
Huh.
and like, I mean, I guess I'm gonna get labeled as racist, sexist, misogynist, whatever, like no matter what. So like, there's like a pipeline that they create by calling everybody this,
It's
and
like, well, if
this
you're
is
gonna
where
think
fucking
I am this, I might as well just become it. Like, since you already think I am that, it doesn't matter.
well,
Even if I don't do it.
what's Nick Fuentes, which I don't watch at all,
I don't either.
but like he gets called a Nazi a lot, right?
Sure.
And like that's the most you see of him if you're not like actually following him. It's like, oh, he's just some Nazi or something like that.
Hmm.
But the thing is like if you just call somebody a Nazi for like 10 years, whatever it is, and then like nothing happens, it's just like, oh, well, I guess that's just like an angle now. And so like the left wing doesn't realize like once and once you get those young males who like internalize this idea that like, oh, well, I guess nothing, it's not like nothing bad happens. I guess if everybody to the right of this line gets labeled a Nazi, and what is the like pinnacle of Nazism, right? Oh, it's violence, right? And okay, well, we tried winning the fair way, and okay,
Okay.
game's up.
Game's up.
Time for violence.
Especially too, like you push this rhetoric and you drive them this way, and then you bring Hitler back in a time machine. Like, what do you expect to happen, really, other than violence?
Um, Kung Fury
Yes.
could help us out in this situation, but
Really?
he's already served his duty once.
He did. He did. How could Kung Fury help us out?
So, um, where did we start on that tangent? Um,
Hitler
I
being
think
brought back from a time machine, perhaps, or before that.
so. This was a little tangent I was thinking of the other day also, or I didn't think of it, but my girlfriend um, was like, I think we were joking, and I always have this like joke when I'm around like sort of new people or whatever. I'm like, oh yeah, my grandpa Adolfo from Argentina and stuff.
Just dropping that real quick. Just hey, psst, by the way, in case you're interested.
No, I mean I don't even mean it like that. Like
Yeah.
I try to pretend to be like the most like
This is part
I
of
don't
your
know.
campaign to be increasingly racist.
It's just extremely funny to me. Like it's just um
Yeah, my grandfather lived in Argentina. His last name was Totenkopf. I don't know if you're familiar with his work at all, but
but did they I was like saying that like they never really recovered his remains
the
because
Soviets
they
said
blended
they kind of did, supposedly.
but yeah, they based it off of teeth evidence, right? Which
I
like he could
think.
have pulled some teeth and thrown it in the bonfire of organic material to burn and
Yep.
ran away to Argentina, right?
Exactly.
Um it's not like some of the other, well, like who else is like a big dictator or whatever? Like Mussolini like
Yeah.
definitely got
Oh.
hung,
Oh
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah. Woo.
And um
That's
Gaddafi
why
got
Hitler actually like burned himself and shot himself because he saw what happened to Mussolini. He was like, "Hey, don't let that happen to me, okay? Like, get rid of my shit."
Imagine it. I mean, just assuming that if Hitler had lived through World War II,
Mm.
the amount of self control it took him, like assuming he died in like the 60s or something like that. Just sitting through all that,
Yeah.
sitting on his hands, just being like,
Like, well, that sucks. Guess I'm gonna live in a box the rest of my life. Yeah, sure, I can accept this.
or Saddam Hussein. Oh, that's the other thing. Like,
Mm.
oh, that's what started it. We were talking about Saddam Hussein
Oh, right,
execution, and I
right.
was like, he had a lot of very convincing body doubles.
He did. He did.
Like, how do we know it was him and not like one of those guys?
Mm-hmm. I guess
And
we'll just have to trust.
did the body double ever make that argument in court? Or sorry, did the defendant named Saddam Hussein ever make that argument in court? Is like,
I
I'm not actually Saddam Hussein or
I
something like that.
don't know. I have no idea. I don't think he did. I think he was actually just like, I'm not a criminal. Y'all are just mad because I'm fronting yo. Like, just I don't know. Like, he was just talking shit the entire time.
Well, he kind of knows it's like in for him, right?
Yeah.
Like I've seen like footage from like the Yugoslav wars, like war crime trials and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of makes me curious, like, especially like now that we see a prosecutor president, like Vice President Kamala Harris. I'm just wondering what it's like in a courtroom with like an actual genocidal like dictator or lieutenant in the Serbian army or
It's
something like that.
probably like oddly normal. Like, it's just like a
Right.
Tuesday, and like this dude ended the lives of 20,000 people, and he's just chilling there drinking water from a paper cup, and you're just like, huh. I think I'm gonna get a tuna sandwich from the cafeteria at lunch, and that's just your Tuesday, and you just go on with your Tuesday, and that's it.
What was the LA police scanners or some city police scanners got taken over and started on the emergency broadcast playing God is a Serb.
Oh God, I heard about that. Yeah, hang on, let me look that up. Police radio. God, it's a Serb. Chicago PD was spammed by remove kebab memes. So yeah, hang on, let me. Ooh, there's a video. Woohoo! Hang on. All right, streaming now.
Is that Serbian music?
Maybe.
It is. That's Serbian. That's Montenegro or Serbian? It is.
They still got.
Can I get a wagon at Ontario and Clark? Ontario and Clark, we need a wagon. Ontario and Clark for a wagon.
So yeah, that happened.
So this goes back to who's in it was the 90s on MTV. There was the Max Headroom. Max
Headroom.
That's it.
Yes.
And they like hacked like a major news network feed.
So I actually have a similar experience when I was 911 dispatching. My dispatch center was technically in this town called Rotterdam, New York. And at the time, this was like 2015, 16, 17, somewhere around there. I guess the country of Turkey and the Netherlands or Holland or where Rotterdam is in the Netherlands, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so the Netherlands and Turkey were having a dispute
I
over
shouldn't
something.
say that like it's obvious. I'm just like
Okay,
I had to
whatever.
think about it. Sorry.
Okay, no, you're good. But It's they were having some dispute over like some diplomacy shit over embassies. So people were calling our dispatch center in Rotterdam, New York, and going, "Is this Rotterdam dispatch?" And we're like, "Yes." And then they started playing some like Turkish nationalist music over the phones, and this went on probably for like, hang on, let me see if I can find Rotterdam dispatch center Turkey music. Hang on. Oh yeah, here it is. There we go. Oh, this video better play on to be mad. Okay, there it goes. Two screen shares or three screen shares in one episode, guys. We're really getting a lot more technical, like providing more content for y'all.
The production value is
It's
going
just
so
skyrocketing.
high.
So you'll notice right there that area code 518-630-09111. 91111. Yeah, sure. 911 is for upstate New York, specifically Schenectady, Rotterdam. So
Yeah, it's international. It's got a 001 in front of it.
exactly,
Like,
and the fingers are
they
brown.
couldn't
So
figure it out.
Polisini arıyoruz. Alo.
Hello? Can I help you?
I fucking hated that shit so much. Hang on, there's a second one. All right.
Hollanda polisi. Sabaha kadar uyku yok oğlum size.
Fucking wash your fingers, you dirty fuck.
Hemen de düşüyor ha.
City County Communications.
Alo. Hello.
It's the same person.
Can I help you?
So yeah, that happened for like a fucking week straight. It was so fucking annoying. Like
Wait, so are these like Turks in
Turks in Turkey thinking they're calling the Rotterdam Police Department in fucking the Netherlands. They're calling fucking New York. This is why brown people shouldn't have phones, okay? This is what they do. They call the wrong people. It's just bullshit, man. You're not even correct in your racism.
the quality of the internet and social media has rapidly declined
It really has.
since the third world gained internet access.
We need like a massive seismic event in India that just really just submerges the continent. Just wash that shit clean.
Did you watch the movie I posted in the was it in the Kino section or the cringe section of the group chat?
Subcontinent, by the way, but hang on, let me check.
Yeah, it's not even a real continent.
It's not even a real continent. It's just a little appendage. It's like Asia's fucking appendix. It's time for an appendix. I gotta remove that shit. Cringe. When did you supposedly post this thing?
Oh, this was like months ago at this
All right.
point.
Well, I'm not. I'll never find it.
Oh,
It's
here
not-
we go. It was June 8th.
June 8th.
It was India, the worst country on earth. A documentary made in 2024.
Truth. The videos of like Indian street food are some of the grossest things I think I've ever seen. I think I'd rather watch a beheading.
If you watch this documentary,
I'm good.
street food will look tame
I'm
compared to it.
I'm good. I know.
You're good.
I know about their designated shitting streets. I'm good.
It gets so much worse than that.
But
But
man,
it's powerful.
it's sad.
You don't know what to do at a certain level, right?
Mhm.
You feel powerless. And I just wonder, so somebody was saying I think JD Vance went on and said like 4.5% of Haitian people are living in the US.
Yeah. No, he did mention that years ago. Which is the other thing we should cover. Yeah, the Haitians. So They don't actually eat the cats, apparently. They kill them for, like, magical rituals or some shit. The geese they're eating.
Well, okay. I'm gonna be real. You can kill a goose if you need to kill a goose.
Yeah, like, God made the neck of a goose fit perfectly in the palm of man's hand for a reason.
And we eat geese all the time.
Yeah.
Not in modern times because we have duck and chicken and stuff like that.
But we did.
we did, and I used to hunt geese, except I don't like the way they taste, so I
Yeah,
don't
they
hunt
taste
them
like
anymore.
yeah. But I
They
mean,
don't taste great.
the Haitians, we
that
need
said-
them to control the Canadian geese population. Those motherfuckers are annoying. We don't need it.
Well, here's the thing: is like if you just called in Fish and Game to enforce poaching laws, right?
You would think, but they're too busy doing God knows what.
Well, that's the thing. It's like a white man wants to go to a fucking lake
Get a
with,
couple of undersized fish because he can.
or
Huge problem.
even innocently throw an M80 or two
Yeah, like,
into the shallow part of the water.
and just
Okay.
scoop up whatever happens to float up. Like, that's just finders keepers. That's a natural common law.
No, that's not. That's what they're after. That's what Fish and Game will enforce.
Yes.
But you go and hand strangle a fucking goose at the public park and then barbecue it.
Kind of based.
That's just fair game.
That is. There
You
was
don't need a
another
license
case.
for that.
There was another case. Oh, I'm gonna look it up in a sec as soon as I remember how to breathe. About a couple of immigrants actually killing a bald eagle and trying to eat it. Let me see.
A
Immigrants.
bald eagle?
Bald eagle.
It doesn't even look like a bird that you could get a lot of meat
So
off. I
in
mean, I know they're big
Nebraska-
birds.
In Nebraska, these migrants killed a bald eagle and they were going to eat it, and for some reason the federal government decided not to charge them with harming an endangered species
Because they're Native American, of course.
because they're immigrants.
That's the thing. It's like, oh, if you arrived to this country 1,000 years ago, you
Then-
can kill a bald eagle, and
No,
you can hunt without a permit. If your ancestors arrived to this country, or you personally arrived 5 minutes ago, you can
Yeah.
also hunt
Exactly.
without it.
But in between that, you cannot. In between that,
In
absolutely
between.
not. I think even like if you just possess like a bald eagle feather and it's like not from an authorized source, I'm pretty sure that
Oh,
alone
yeah,
is like a fine.
A fine. Yeah, I think it's a felony.
Oh fuck, man! All right, never mind. Shit.
Let me check it up.
Jamie, pull that up.
If you do not have a written permit from the Secretary of the Interior,
Okay, yeah, I can just get that.
let's see. What's the punishment? Of course, it's legal for Native Americans. I get that.
Death Gelada says geese make sense because they're French colonial. Sacrificing cats and small animals for voodoo ain't right. You've got a point, honestly. Like, I don't really care about the geese. It's kind of weird, but like, fuck geese. Like the cats, though, that's like stealing
No, the
people's
cats are-
pets is like fucked up. Like that's like actually not cool. Like
Well,
if you
okay, there's I think it's not even about the pets thing, right? Because it would still be fucked up if they were stealing people's rabbits or chickens or whatever.
yeah,
The thing is that I think there's this Northern European like recognition about game animals, which is we do not eat other predators. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And like we hunt deer, we hunt elk, we hunt moose, and we hunt all the bird fowl or whatever. We hunt all the small game.
I mean,
etc.
there are dangerous like game permits. Like you can hunt like big cats, certain big cats. You can hunt like bears.
So I don't know if you come from like a hunting family or something like that,
No.
but um mine hunting predators is generally seen as like a very, if you have to do it, it's like
It's
a necessary,
unnecessary. Okay. Yeah.
it's like a necessary vermin removal, like, oh, I'm protecting livestock or something like that.
Like removing
um
coyotes from your property or some shit.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, hunting bear for meat is insane to me. And like just the way I've been raised, like I've killed everything for meat
No, I mean,
except like
bear would not
I
be
did.
for me. Like usually that's like we're talking people who are arguably trophy hunting at that point, which I don't really like. Again, hunting prey animals for meat is like that's an oh ooh little little paw action to the face there.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah.
um
What does he think about that actually hunting for other prey animals? I mean, he probably would hunt other predators as well if there
oh
was
no,
a
he
lot.
loves to hunt prey animals, right?
Yeah.
um but yeah, I think it's weird to hunt other predators.
All
i
right.
think I think it's legitimately like, and that's the thing like that throws people off. Like that's when you think about it, like you dial it back on like, why is it weird that like, Asian cultures will eat dogs or cats or whatever. And it's
Mm-hmm.
because it's like, no, those are other predators. Those are cooperative species with humans
Yeah.
that
Exactly.
like hunt together. And I think it's legitimately, and if you go into if you just look at the statistics, it like comes from like, I hate to be like almost Jewish about this, but it's like it comes from like ancient um practices about like game,
Mm-hmm.
which is to say that like as an apex predator, and this is true of fish or something like that. Like when fish have, all fish eat smaller fish, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so all of the toxins build up into the largest fishes. So you don't actually want to eat, dolphin just because even though they're like intelligent, they're like probably having a higher IQ than many subcontinents.
Mm-hmm.
But the like you don't want to eat dolphin because like it's full of mercury
Yeah.
and shit that's been accumulating because it eats the stuff that eats the stuff that eats the stuff,
So
right?
what you're
And the
suggesting is
same's
like
true
bear
for
meat would
cats
kind
and dogs and
predators.
canines and felidae and all the subspecies of predators that are out there, is, and bears for that matter,
Mm.
is that they eat things that eat, you know
Yeah.
since they eat other meat, they are accumulating the toxins that build up in other meats, and as a result, they're not the best meat. They're going to be um, poisonous at a certain level, so you don't eat them
Mm.
as a regular source of food. I mean, if you're desperate, like it makes sense, but and that's the thing. Like I've always rationalized about like Chinese culture is like, yeah, they went through communism, right? 70,000, not 70,000, 70 million people starved to death
Mm-hmm.
under communism, and that's why they eat anything that like breathes. But
Sparrows.
well, sure, but like if you look at Western Europe, like there's a reason, like there's like a certain and it's not even that like we're like Jewish, like, oh, pork's off limits and shellfish is off limits or
Mm-hmm.
something like that. It's like a very specific, we don't eat things that eat other animals is generally the rule in most of European, and I think mostly most indigenous cultures actually practice that as well. It's only a very, it comes out of extreme poverty and starvation that a
Mm-hmm.
culture will start eating other predators.
Mm-hmm.
um I think that's generally, if you trace it back like to Haiti, you trace it back to China or something like that. It's like extreme poverty, extreme starvation is why they start these things. It was never something that you would culturally do before then.
Makes sense.
But like, I mean, like the cats, yeah, if they're doing voodoo with them, then
Yeah, like
that's
what the fuck?
that's a totally like different
Yeah.
thing than just like trying to get calories or whatever. Which by the way, like there's nobody starving in the United States of America. I'm sorry. Like I know groceries are fucking expensive, but
Nobody's
there's
starving.
enough fucking welfare out there
Mhm.
that, and we know what the transfer programs are and the soup kitchens and everything like that. Like nobody's starving in the United States to the point that you have to fucking capture stray cats and eat them.
Mhm.
That's just voodoo shit.
That's voodoo shit.
But I totally get killing a goose.
Yeah, like that's. Like thinking about it, like the cat thing's fucked up, the dog thing's fucked up, the goose thing is like, you probably shouldn't
Oh,
do
killing
it.
a dog. Killing a dog.
Hmm.
Oh my god. How fucking depraved do you have to be to not understand that like dogs and humans have co-evolved for the last 20,000 years? And I'm sorry for the creationists in our chat, but we co-evolved. We were
Great.
neutral species.
Great, we lost the fucking extreme right. Way to go. Now we're back to being centrist. Fuck. Ah.
Here's the
No,
thing.
continue.
I'm going to make it racist again.
Okay.
So the thing is that we domesticated wolves and conquered the earth. Okay, together.
Mm.
They are a companion in world conquest. Okay, and for you to eat them is to give up all of your humanity in a sense. I legitimately, like, I don't think you're human if you would eat a dog.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely.
We are companions in this adventure. We're not just like they're not cattle. They're not pork. They're not chickens.
No.
They're not rabbits or anything like that, or
They're not
lamb
even
or sheep or whatever.
alligator.
They're alligator.
Alligator's good. Fry that shit
Alligator's
up.
great.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so those are the exceptions I will
Yeah.
make. And in the predator chain is
Exactly.
because alligator typically eats small fish.
Exactly.
Right? Same with tuna, if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, you'll never catch me eating shark.
What about whale? Whale eat extremely, extremely small organisms.
Here's the thing: whales have too large of brains
Yeah.
for me to want to eat
The,
them in anything but a survival situation.
you mean the idea of prions disease doesn't appeal to you?
Sure. But no, I mean, I know there's like indigenous cultures eat whale meat and
Yeah.
and
Like seals
like
and
Scandinavians still eat it and Japanese still eat it.
it's Japanese. Yeah. No.
I just it doesn't seem appealing to me.
Survival situation, absolutely no choice. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we're not, but that's the thing. We're not talking about survival situations.
True.
We're
We're
in the
talking-
United
Yeah.
States. Like
In the United States, we're in Ohio. Like, you don't need
we're in
to.
Ohio. This is not. It's not fucking Haiti. And
This is not where the Northwest Passage should be. It's Ohio. Oh man.
I mean, where do you draw the line? What's the most sentient creature you would eat?
I've had octopus.
An octopus?
I've had like
Yeah,
calamari.
Death Chilada just posted in the comments. People say you shouldn't eat octopus because they're intelligent, but the MFs are those motherfuckers.
They are like
are
calamari
delicious.
is fucking good, man. Like,
Well, that's squid, but
oh yeah,
the that is where I would come in on.
cephalopods are the
Also-
same to me.
Cephalopods are all the same. Here's where I make the differentiation.
Mm.
I've spoken to multiple astrobiologists about this.
Hmm.
Okay. And the DNA of cephalopods is completely alien compared to that of all of the evolutionary history of all other Earth organisms.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
And they have some absolutely bizarre traits compared to us. And as a result, I would deem them as alien. I think that cephalopods originate from the moon Europa of Jupiter,
Hmm.
and a giant asteroid or some other impactor excavated a large amount of Europa and its ice and its oceans, and that froze with the living um, cephalopods inside of it, and it was transferred to the earth because that's the other thing. The fossil record on
Hmm.
cephalopods is it's just like they just suddenly appeared.
Hmm.
Okay.
Interesting.
There's no like history of like these creatures like emerging. That's difficult because they only have one bone, which is their beak, which is their
Exactly.
mouth. But that said, like there's no evolutionary fossil history of cephalopods on Earth. They just suddenly appear as fully formed cephalopods. And I think they're aliens from Europa, and as a result, we are completely justified in eating them,
That's
despite
actually
how
yes.
intelligent they are. They are insanely intelligent, but we should eat them still.
By the Primarch, I agree. We need to purge the xenofilth.
Play some Crisis. I actually I
Oh,
kind of thinking
Crisis.
about that the other day. It was like I should play some more fucking Crisis.
Dude,
I
I
haven't
still
played that
have.
game in
I
years.
should reinstall Crisis 3. I still have all of them. But that actually got good. Like 2 and 3 were pretty decent sequels to Crisis 1. Crisis 1 was surprisingly good for the time. Like outside of it being the can you run this on high? It's the ultimate benchmark. Like the story was actually cool.
No, I mean, like the nano suit, right, was
Mm.
fun to be able to like improve the abilities and uh I mean it's a cool sci-fi FPS, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's like Halo set in the modern world, except instead of the Covenant, it's
Squids.
Europans.
Yeah, Europans. These goddamn Europans. Well, is there anything else you want to cover?
Oh shit, it's already
It's already
8:07.
there. We're already there.
I what else were we supposed to
I think we got everything
returning the
we
frogs gay?
turning. Yeah.
Okay. I'll say the amphibians, they're on the border, right?
Mhm.
I would eat frog. I have eaten frog.
I have
Okay.
eaten frog leg before. Yes, it's not bad.
No, it's a great like white meat, you
Yeah.
know?
Hmm.
Um turtle. I don't really want to eat turtle.
No, I had a person in my shop at work talk about how he likes eating sea turtles, and we're just like, of course you would eat sea turtles, man. Like
Oh god.
he's just one of those people. It's like, of course you would do that. You're that guy. Of course you fucking eat sea turtle.
Um okay, wait, we should cover another sphere of life.
Mm,
We've covered amphibians, we've covered mammalia.
reptiles.
Yeah, reptiles. Is there a
Hmm.
cutoff for reptiles for you?
I can't say I've ever had a reptile. Alligators are reptiles.
Yes.
Amphibians? Yes. Okay, so I've had
Mhm.
alligator, so I would eat reptile in that regard.
I would consider alligator the peak
Yeah,
um reptile, and maybe Komodo dragon. I'd still eat a Komodo dragon.
I've never had Komodo dragon. I don't.
No, I don't know when we get an opportunity to eat it, but
Well,
I would
that's
still. I mean,
that's
it's
more
just
of like
lizard
a
meat.
that's a meal for kings, and we're more like common men. So,
Yeah. Okay. How about birds?
birds.
Is there a bird you wouldn't eat?
I mean, chicken's great. Turkey's great. Quail's not bad. Duck's good. What else have I had? I'd like to try ostrich.
Okay. Yeah.
I also would like to see
I
like
mean, they have amazingly large eggs.
yeah,
right?
that'd be. I want to have like an ostrich egg omelet. Just like try to pack one of those away. That'd be a lot.
I will say for birds, I would cut it off at birds of prey.
Yeah,
You know what I
no,
mean?
no
I would
vultures, no carrion birds either. Like no hawks, no birds of prey, like you
well
said.
I mean yeah. So it's just like I respect an owl too much.
Yeah. Oh, I
No,
wouldn't want
so
to
like
eat an owl. Ugh, no. Like
right and like or like an eagle or an
no,
osprey or
no,
whatever. I would never eat those.
no, definitely not.
Um. Okay, so yeah, we covered avi and mammalia
Mhm. Reptiles,
and
amphibians,
reptiles and amphibians. Are there any other?
insects. I don't think there's any insects. I mean, dude,
I
does
mean, is there
crustaceans?
an insect I would eat on purpose, right? Like I know that they end up in grain,
Yeah,
like
like it's
accidentally,
eh.
but is there an insect I would eat on purpose? I mean, I technically, I mean, aren't shellfish?
I was gonna say like
Um,
crustaceans and shellfish. I'm pretty sure are technically insects. So I mean,
yeah,
lobster's great, crab or crustaceans. So yeah, they might qualify. They're not really good.
the big ones with the meaty ones.
Oh yeah,
I'll
king
eat
crab,
those.
snow crab. That's
Yeah,
delicious.
I mean, I just had shrimp tonight.
Oh hell yeah.
I made some etouffee. It was
Ooh,
great.
delicious.
So okay, that was our closing.
Yes.
That was my closing thought. I just had to complete
No, that's okay.
this line of like what is acceptable. We just made the new version of kosher halal
Yes, this is
in Kapistan of what is
what is
legal to
allowed.
eat or not.
A scale of sentience essentially is what we're establishing here. Like, there's a certain cutoff point where you are too stupid and you can be eaten. So it might be best you're in your best interest. Oh, that's a great case for me being eaten right there. I can't even fucking talk. It might be in your best interest to read a book or two or three. But, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you again for joining us. Hopefully, one of these nights we'll get Matt back on, but I'm sure he's busy fighting the advances of his Polish wife trying to create their fifth child right now, as it always is. And then it'll be number 6 and 7. And then he'll have his own reality TV show, and his long-term low-time preference plan will be complete. But until then, folks, stay safe, and as always, taxation is theft.